What are the pros and cons to investing in Bitcoin? If we don't, then we may be hit with some big surprises. Bitcoin had an ROI of over 4,200% in 2020 alone, or you'll make huge losses. They could be traced down and charged for stealing or selling fake Bitcoin to people. People lost so much money when this drop happened. Anything to make sure that they are making more money than anyone else. This will make you go from rich to broke in a matter of seconds. Bitcoin has seen some crazy highs in value and some crazy lows in value. We don't know how it's going to act in the future, but we can predict if it's the right investment by looking at the pros and cons of it. We can look at the pros and cons and see which one outweighs the other. Welcome everyone to Don't Fear Finance. Bitcoin is crazy. It's one of those investments that we need to look deeply into both sides of. If we don't, then we may be hit with some big surprises. Before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe with notifications on. Comment down below what you want to see next. Now, into the video. Pro number 1, Bitcoin has an amazing ROI. Bitcoin had an ROI of over 4,200% in 2020 alone. Let's compare that to something like real estate, which is still an amazing investment. A good investor in real estate will get an average of 20% ROI on their money each year. If you put $100 into real estate at the beginning of 2020, then you would get around $20 profit. If you put that same $100 into Bitcoin, you would get around $4,100 profit. Big difference in the profit, right? Real estate is still my favorite investment, but you cannot deny that real estate and Bitcoin have two completely different ROIs, and one is much better for getting quick profits while the other one is better for stable profits. The second pro to investing in Bitcoin is how it has a hedge fund to inflation. This means, in simpler terms, no matter the rate of inflation, Bitcoin will beat it. That is quite obvious when we look at the ROI of Bitcoin. You'll never break even when it comes to Bitcoin. You will either make huge profits or you'll make huge losses. Third, there is a low chance of being sold counterfeit Bitcoin. The Bitcoin blockchain technology is one of the most secure in the world. This means that no one can sell fake Bitcoin, as the majority of the buying and selling is on this super secure network. What this blockchain technology does is keeps everyone's identity secret from prying eyes, making it impossible to steal anything of value, and making it super difficult for hackers to find their personal data. This means that no one will be able to hack into your Bitcoin account because they have nothing to base it off of. Although your personal information is secret, Bitcoin is public. This means that any transaction going on the Bitcoin network is for the public to see. Only the transactions will be public, not your personal information or any personal things that can harm you. Only your name of the buyer and only the name of the seller will be able to be shown. This makes it very difficult for scammers and hackers to get away with stealing Bitcoin from people. They could be traced down and charged for stealing or selling fake Bitcoin to people. Bitcoin is decentralized. It has a platform all over the world. This means that in case someone hacks into one of the nodes, as they call it, then all your information and all your wallet's information is going to be safe because it will be moved from one node to the other. Unless you control over 50% of the nodes, then you won't be able to steal from people on the Bitcoin network. Finally, Bitcoin is very liquid. Bitcoin is a liquid asset due to its trading platform like exchanges all over the world. They have super low fees for withdrawals and trading. The miners and creators of Bitcoin have been paid, so they don't need more money because it'll go to waste. This makes it super encouraged to invest and trade. When you buy and sell Bitcoin, you can trade it for any type of valuable. This includes gold, world currencies, and so much more. The wide variety of where you can buy and sell is in place so that Bitcoin can live up to its standards, which was easy access to its users. Like I've said in previous videos, there are not just pros to an investment. So now we're going to talk about the cons to investing in Bitcoin. We have the con of how volatile this investment is. We have seen how many people have invested a lot of money they don't have into Bitcoin thinking they can earn it back, but then they lose it all. This shows that we cannot predict the market. The reason for this volatility is because the value of Bitcoin is solely dependent on the supply and demand of it. This is true for any product for that matter. If the demand is low, then the price and value will be low. This is why Bitcoin is so unpredictable. We have seen examples such as in December of 2017, Bitcoin had a starting selling point of $20,000, but a few weeks later it dropped down to just over $7,000. People lost so much money when this drop happened. Out of fear, people sold and made those losses worse. The second con is how Bitcoin has very limited use. Not many merchants are accepting Bitcoin. Although it's very profitable and valuable, not many people know how to transact it. Many online merchants don't see Bitcoin as a fair and legitimate form of currency. This makes it very difficult to buy quality items and services with Bitcoin. You will have to sell Bitcoin just to get it into a currency which many merchants would be accepting, like the US dollar or any world currencies for that matter. 3. There are little to no regulations for Bitcoin. This makes it open to fraud. Wait, Mr. Don't Fear Finance guy, didn't you say it was difficult to hack into the system? It is. We are not talking about hackers and stealing, we're talking about how people use the lack of tax regulations to their advantage. They sell it in one country and buy it in another, or find ways around the weak tax regulations. Anything to make sure that they are making more money than anyone else. This gives Bitcoin the reputation of a platform that is open to fraud when in reality, it's not as severe as people may think. Loss of the wallet. Since Bitcoin is traded and stored completely digital, there is a chance that a virus could corrupt the entire file, or that you could lose the hard drive or file, or you could forget the password. This will make you go from rich to broke in a matter of seconds. There are many cases of people who lost everything because they forgot the password to their Bitcoin account. Buying Bitcoin is not just dangerous from the outside sources like hackers and con artists, but from human and technological error too. Every investment has pros and cons, but they shouldn't dictate whether you invest or not. You should look at them and see what they are and what they have done for other people, but the past shouldn't dictate your future in any way. The one thing that you should do to make sure that you're investing properly and by your beliefs is making a list of what you want out of an investment. Do you want quick returns and a risk of losing it all? Or do you want to get rich slowly? Do you want to invest in value more than dividends? Or do you want passive income? There are so many ways to invest, but only you can choose what you want to invest in. Each investment is different for each type of investor, so choose what is best for you. That's the video for today. I don't have many videos planned for Bitcoin, but if you want to see more, then like, subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below what you want to see. Anyways, that's the video for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.